Today we've headed over into Liverpool to help one of the largest trampoline parks in the UK fix their Wi-Fi. And that trampoline park, of course, is Flipout. The issues they're having with Wi-Fi aren't really about the Wi-Fi itself, it's more about the equipment they're using. Currently this site has Cisco internet equipment installed, and we're going to swap it for TP-Link's Armada-controlled Wi-Fi 7 access points. But the first job we've got to do today is actually find the Wi-Fi access points. You see, we haven't installed this kit to start with. It was installed by another company, part of their telecoms package, and now that it's come to renewal, the licensing fee for the Cisco equipment is actually more than it is to buy the TP-Link equipment outright. So our job for today is to find 9 Wi-Fi access points in this dark and very poorly lit building and swap them all from Cisco to TP-Link. So let's get on finding these Wi-Fi points. So you found one. Where is it? I found one as well.
First one is...
Well, I didn't find it. The guy downstairs told us that it was there.
That one there, up there. The only one I found.
So there's 9 of them somewhere.
9?
9.
I thought it was 7.
Didn't know I spoke German.
No, it's,
Let's have a look at it.
we're all going to be up there.
Right, let me go and double check.
But they'll all be on these trays.
Yeah.
So there should be 9 of them dotted about.
Well, very good.
Brother,
Brother, eh. That's everyone's skin cells that over the years.
So we need to look for more of them then, don't we?
Chemical weapon. Right, well, shall we make a list so we don't forget any?
They've tried to keep the aesthetics of the black roof, haven't they? Because with a white access point mounted to that tray.
So they'll all be loose, won't they?
They'll all be loose on the trays. Ah, is that one there?
Yeah.
Is it though?
Yeah, it is. You can see screws screw through it to fix it.
Why are they so close together?
I bet they're on overlapping channels as well.
Yeah, it's there. So there's 2. So we found 3. I've done my risk assessment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's soft play, innit? So if I fall onto something soft.
Oh, I should test that theory.
That's a
So what are we on, 2 or 3?
3. There's 1 in reception, and we found 2 in the cafe.
Right. 3
It can't be in here because there's no trays.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've climbed up. Hey?
There's no on this tray.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of data runs through it. Oh, it's not data, it's power. Yeah, there's one there.
Is there? Oh,
See,
no.
that's like, they're sneaky, aren't they?
They're well hard to spot from below, yeah. Especially when I'm looking for black ones.
I'll ask him before we fit the new ones if he wants them on the underside of the trays or if he wants them on top. Oh, no, it's there. Sneaky.
God, it's like Easter egg hunt, this.
There's no chocolate at the end.
No.
Yeah, it's up there. Right, how many's that we found then? 4, 5. So we've only 4 more to find.
Only. Needle in the proverbial haystack.
There might be one here.
At top at plaything, I'll go, yeah. So.
Down slide.
Yeah.
Whee! What we'll do is if we can't find the other 4, or like if we've got like 3 or 2 left, we'll just start unplugging the ones that we can find, which will kill the signal in the areas. And if you've still got signal in that area, you know it's like, do you know what I mean?
Genius frightens me.
One here.
That's 6.
But do we want to start unplugging the ones that we found?
Yeah.
See where the signal goes weaker and stronger, and that'll tell us if we're getting... I mean, it's not an exact science, but it'll help us in somewhat, won't it? Look at that. They must really like having strong insurance premiums Flipout, because not only do they do trampoline parks, they also do roller skating. I feel like I need gloves. Oh, there's cables labelled. 17. Right, that's all of them that we found down, isn't it? So if we check the Wi-Fi, this is where we just get a full signal again, anywhere else. Yeah, Flipout guest is a really weak signal now, stood here. I'm going to say it's not in this area. In fact, it's disappeared now altogether. It's getting stronger again. I've got full signal now, stood here, so there must be an access point. There's one downstairs in reception. So whether it's transferring up, but it's like thick concrete floors, these, so. Plug the one at reception for now. Is above where the bloke is downstairs. Will you find out his name as well? I don't want to keep calling him the bloke.
That is his name. The bloke.
The bloke?
The bloke. Yeah.
Right, there you are. Let's see now that you've come down.
Tesco Wi-Fi's open.
Just tell him to use that. Job done, get back in van. We're going home. Early finish.
Yeah, we've put you onto Tesco's, yeah.
Yeah, just tell him it's called Tesco. Tell him it's called Tesco, we'll put our bill in and we'll go home.
Nobody had mentioned this to me, but I walked around this site for a good 10 minutes before realising that there was actually a completely separate floor upstairs where all the Laser Quest and the kids' party rooms were. This floor is where the Wi-Fi signal was being broadcast from.
Well, yeah, I'm getting Wi-Fi now. Quite strong.
I remember I did Laser Quest at Preston Capital Centre for a birthday party when I was about 8.
28.
Do you mean I'm only 27?
I do want to go Laser Quest, but don't know.
Right, we've got full signal again now. We've walked up these stairs. How creepy are kids' play centres when there's no lights on?
I said that, didn't I? Before I said, well creepy.
Yeah, got full signal stood here, so they're going to be above these tiles. And typically we came upstairs without the ladders.
Oh, it's the Laser Quest stuff.
Oh my God, you're going to be epileptic in here. Come in here.
I know, fancy a game. Oh my God. This is a horror house, this.
Right, let's get the ones unplugged on the corridor that we can find, and we'll come back to this room. And they open in 20 minutes as well.
Great. It must be in this area.
I reckon it's just above this ceiling here.
AP, reveal yourself.
I was half expecting it to be sat on the...
Yeah. Just jump up there, Pete, on them tiles, they're fine. They'll hold you
Oh,
well.
it's there. It's right at the end.
Is it? In the corner?
That corner by that fire door where that camera is. There's one there. Let me go and unplug that. It's there. Dead. We still got a signal. Yeah, but it's weak now. So I suggest we check the corridor next. What was in there?
Same room.
What do you mean same room?
Spooky room.
Early room.
Other side of the spooky
Oh, it's
room.
the other side of the Laser Quest. Alright, so, oh, there's one here. Gotcha. Gotcha.
At number 6.
No, that's there's only one more to find. There was only 3 more left to find, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 in the calf, 1, 2,
Downstairs.
3 where you set the ladders up, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Who's
How many
right?
are we doing? 9.
No,
You're right, so 2 more. I've still got full signal here.
Well, briefing room then.
Yeah. Gotta be, hasn't it?
Well,
Now it's
but-
dropped off. It just took a moment to drop off. Right, that's
So there's no signal now.
no signal, all gone.
Let's walk to where the signal's strong then. Or stronger.
Hey, found it.
Oh, you got it? Where is it?
It's here just before you get into this room.
You unplugged it.
Yeah.
Right, it should be dead up here now.
I've still got
Flipout guess.
SSIDs. Have you still got one? Yeah, there must be another one then.
Oh, it's gone now, actually.
What was it? Is it just, yeah, that's what it did with me before. It just took a while to disappear. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Full set, full house.
Right, we'll go back downstairs and swap the switch over and we can start putting Wi-Fi points up then, can't we?
Exit the icy chambers. Let it go. Let it go. Leave that bit in.
Oh, 6 is downstairs, yeah. Right, that's what I was missing. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 here, 4 over there, 5 there, 6 downstairs, and we found 3 in the Laser Quest. 9. So we found all of the access points that are on the site. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. The reason that we have like me and Connor on this job, usually I just have like one person coming swapping access points. But one is because we're filming, and the second is because we had no idea where any of the access points were. Take that Cisco one out and just like for like the cables, and then we'll swap the router as well.
Now that we'd found all of the access points around the trampoline park, it should just now be a case of running around with the new access points, plugging them all in. And while Connor does that, I'll stick around in the office to configure everything on the back end.
Right, go on, give it a blink. That's cafe app. Right, I'm just plugging this one in now. This is by the playpen with the skylight, so you can just call it skylight or whatever. Plugging in now. Back in. Upstairs corridor right, going in. Double wireless. Right, corridor left. He's in.
It was at this point that I'd realised I'd made a massive cock up. When I first unboxed the router, I'd factory defaulted it because I couldn't browse to it through Chrome. But what I should have done is just like for like swapped it with the Cisco router as it came out to us pre-configured. But this actually, as you'll see, unravelled something that we've learned going forward.
You see that?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Oh, no, it's clear now. It was like all tiny and pixelated a second ago.
It'd probably be easier if I like resize it a bit.
No, it's cool. That's fine as it is. Fine as it is. Yeah, that's even better.
Okay, right. So I've got it adopted on here. This is the trick, right? So if you go into internet here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, not internet. LAN. Go to this one. Advanced DHCP options. 138 here.
Right.
If you put the IP address of our controller in here, then it will, and whenever it gives an IP address out, it will tell any device that gets an IP address that if it's looking for a controller, that's where it should look for, and it will report itself to the controller so basically it will literally just be a factory reset and adopt.
So it will factory reset and adopt to the new controller all at the same time.
Once you factory reset it,
Yeah.
it then automatically reports to the controller with the as if the controller's on the LAN, effectively, as if it could find that, even though it's actually in the cloud. Whereas otherwise, you would have had to go into each AP and punch the URL in. So just give me a sec. Let me get the.
So if I default the switch now, it will reboot and adopt to this new controller, and then I've just got to do the same for all the access points.
Might not even need to, but do the switch first anyway, because that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah, it's just behind me.
Because it might be that the switch passes that information through to the access points, and I might even be able to take over the access points without you needing to go to the factory reset.
No, that's the Cisco. Right, I've just plugged into the router. Just want to check that I'm getting internet. Yes, yeah, right, I'm in. Right, I can pin this now, can't I? There we are. Right, it's rebooting. There's no going back now.
Is that the only SSID, or is there more than one?
No, there was a guest one. But I mean, I can do all that. It's just open the guest, but it needs a VLAN assigned into it.
For now, I'll just do it as an isolated client, because that's the cheat code for this, by the way.
Well, I suppose it's the same thing, innit?
The thing is, if they all go on the same VLAN, they can all see each other.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Secure way.
Well, then we won't reinvent the wheel here. Let's just use the easy route. Hello.
How's it going?
All right. Do you want the bad news or the good news?
Bad news.
The bad news is we have to go around and potentially default all the access points again.
It goes already finished. Oh.
Well, it shouldn't be that serious. It's only 9 of them, and they're all quite close together. Because, you know, the controller we bought, because you get a free controller from Broadband Buyer when you buy these. So I just went for it because I thought, well, why not? It gives us like a blank canvas to go off. But they actually like lock down half the settings on it, so we can't actually I can't add or remove devices from that controller. Because I defaulted the router before we put it in this morning, I couldn't re-add it to the controller, which means I'd probably have to go back through their support to do it. What are you hoping is going to happen now? That it'll reboot and it will just naturally adopt all the...
There we go. Right.
Well, it won't adopt them automatically, but what it might do is it might force them, because obviously the APs are now going to reboot. That's what I'm actually trying to achieve.
Yeah. Some kids are asking for Baby by Justin Bieber.
We've had a Dean Cartwright with a request.
The APs are not coming up, the new factory reset.
Right, okay.
So grab me that list first and dump it in the Teams chat. And then as you go around factory resetting them, I'll see them come in and I'll start adopting.
Right, that's fine. I will, I'll send Connor out doing that now. So we have a bit of a problem. When you purchase the equipment through Broadband Buyer, there's an option to get a free 3-year controller as part of that, and they will basically join everything to the controller, and you just come to site, install it all, and it's all basically ready for you just to put your back-end settings in, like your Wi-Fi SSIDs and things like that. The problem I've got is that I was impatient when I first got here, because it's kind of the opposite thing to do as a network engineer, is to go in, pull out the router that's fully working and just shove in a new router that you haven't touched at all and just hope that it works in a site that needs card machines working, it needs tills working, there's customers going to be coming and going. It just was such an alien concept to me. So instead what I did is I plugged in the router next to me on the desk in my laptop, but because the router had been joined to a cloud controller, it meant that you can't actually just plug it into your laptop anymore and browse to it using its local IP address, because it just removes that functionality when it joins it to the cloud. And I got a bit impatient, so I just pinned the router, basically meaning I factory defaulted it so I could go through and check all the settings before I swapped it out for the one that was already here at site. But that caused a problem. You see, the controller that you get that's completely free comes with reduced functionality from what we can tell. Like, I can't add devices, I can't remove devices, I can't seem to find the URL properly for adding the gateway back onto the Armada platform. So what I've done is I've jumped on the phone to Jay at Rivertech, and he has been amazing at helping us figure out what we need to do here. What we're going to do is pull the access points off the old controller, which came free from Broadband Buyer, and put it onto the controller that we normally share or use or collaborate with them. And off the back of it, we've managed to learn a little bit more about the Armada platform and how all the controllers work. We thought there might have been a shortcut to adopting the access points off the old controller onto the new controller, but there really wasn't. We've basically just had to go around completely factory resetting the access points. But there was a little trick that Jay showed us, which is to change the DHCP config so that it almost points the access point straight at the controller once they've been factory reset, and they just adopt at that point and take on the new configuration. Now, I can't actually go out into the main park anymore, into the main arena, because they've started playing music, and if YouTube gets hold of that, it just all becomes a massive, massive problem that I just don't need. But that is us all sorted. So all the access points have been swapped from the Cisco equipment over to the new TP-Link equipment. The customers save themselves a fortune in continuously licensing the Cisco stuff. I'm not saying the Cisco gear is bad equipment. I'm just saying that it's costly to keep hold of. And from what we've proven today, the Armada TP-Link kit will pretty much do the same thing. I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.